Hey guys, Matt Keller here from Old Hat Outdoors. I was reminiscing just the other day about some of my older goose hunts back when we first started field hunting back in Minnesota. And I remember, you probably remember this too, but laying under enormous shells or those goose chairs, which we used to call the flare chairs. And I was thinking about my first full bodies and how excited I was to finally own full body goose decoys. And I had 18 of the old carry lights. Like, they were enormous. They were all feeders. They would blow over, but we killed lots of geese with them. And so it got me thinking of, if you've goose hunted at all the last 20 years or so, or even the last 10 years, you've seen the evolution of goose decoys. I remember when it was Bigfoots or Higdons. Those are kind of the full bodies on the market, and then all of a sudden Avery came out with this goose decoy that looked different than the others, and it had a flocked head, and I think maybe even a flocked tail. And I guarantee that 99% of hunters, of guy hunters anyways, had no idea what flocking was until Avery came out with that. And then there was hardcores, and then you had those Dave Smiths, and then Dakotas, and then Bigfoot kind of revamped some things, and then the next big thing was avians. And here's the truth, you can kill geese with all of them. You could go online right now and look at Sportsman's or Cabela's or Rogers or something like that, and look at all the goose decoys, and all of them look like geese. So when it comes to goose hunting, are decoys important? Absolutely. But what is most important? Location. But what if that location is in the middle of a flooded field? Growing up in Minnesota, there was many times we'd have a really wet fall, and the farmer would say, yeah, you can hunt it, but don't drive out there, not even four-wheelers. And so I remember hauling like 18 trips, decoys strapped on your body any way possible. But it was the X, and you do anything you can to hunt it. And out west here now, we hunt reservoirs and mountain lakes that in the fall, the level of the water drops like 13 feet, so it creates these huge mud flats. And most of that area is non-motorized, so you have to walk out there if you're gonna hunt it. So if the X is somewhere that's difficult to get to, you can either not hunt it and stay home, that would suck. You could drag in a dozen Bigfoots, that would suck. Or here is another option. Mayhem Decoys has come out with this new EVA plastic, lightweight goose decoy, crushable, pops right back into place. You can pack these in a bag, you can carry them by tail loops, and they are a fraction of the weight of other full body decoys. So where I used to be able to carry maybe a dozen, I mean, if you're good, you can carry a dozen. If you got long arms, now it's no problem carrying 2, 3, 4 dozen decoys, because these are so light. They do come with a flocked head or a painted head, depending on what you want. You get this, $200 a dozen. These decoys work with what's called a stay put stake. You can see the tip right here. It's gonna be going like other motion stakes. Sit like this. Here's the feeder. These decoys are super lightweight, move with wind. So listen, every year decoy companies are going to come out with decoys that look like geese. The X factor, however, if you're a guy that has to hike in decoys, or you want to have some on hand in case you got that spot where you can't drive into, check out these decoys, Mayhem Decoys. You can find them at Sportsman's Warehouse. They're lightweight, affordable, and hey, they look like geese.